Good morning, good afternoon, as well as probably evening. Just want to do a quick sound check to ensure that everything sounds okay. Good morning, everyone. You sound wonderful. Well, thank you. I do want to warn those that are tuning in as well that I tried my best to get some energy out of the dogs. But I do have 2 dogs. And one of them just went through the doggy door, so. What's up, Juzo? How you doing, man? This sounds just like my third Oshi, Layna Lazar. Did you do 3DO this time? No, I won't be doing 3DO for a while. When I got my 3DO, I didn't get it with a stand. So if I ever want to use it, I have to prop it on some books, and then there's a high chance that I mess up and everything falls and all your eardrums burst. So, can you smoke a couple more cigarettes? It would help. I don't smoke. Drop the gain just to hear. Okay, 1 second. How does this sound? I do want to get a 3DO though. A new one, an updated one. But I thought that maybe this time I set up a throne and maybe work towards it or something. I want it with a stand, and I want to be able to stand while I do ASMR and maybe walk around the mic kind of like this and get really far away and then really close. I like how your voice pops when you're about to speak. Is that a good thing? What does that mean? Voice like a warm hug wrapped in soft jazz. That is very kind. Crown, thank you so much for the gifted subs. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you. And hello, YouTube. I know that you're here too, and I appreciate it. I will make absolutely sure that both the previous ASMR video and today's will be uploaded to the ASMR channel. You sound like the hot chocolate after coming home from a snowy weather. Cypher, welcome back, especially in a tier 3. I appreciate it. I do have another scene that is not starting soon with my model, but there's a part of me that enjoys just being here without any visuals. So I wanted to ask you, Bad Black and Honghosty, hey, thank you very much for not only coming back, but resubbing during an ASMR stream. Oh, Ryerden, I really want to do that. Aww, I'm doing okay. I'm sorry to hear you're a little high strung, and I hope that at the end of today's stream you feel a little bit more relaxed. And Kirk, welcome back. How are you doing today? Argo, hey, thank you so much for joining with your Prime. I appreciate it. Case, I'm really glad that you like that emote. I love all the new emotes, man. I need to go review them on VGen. I keep forgetting. So, when you're listening to ASMR and you're relaxing, how many of you are watching versus just listening? Also, Coco no host. Amen. Welcome back. Listening mostly, watching and listening, just listening, currently watching, a little of both. So I'm watching my first ASMR stream. It seems like the majority are just listening. If I don't have to use my model and I just have something on loop, I feel like I'm able to pay attention a lot more to the sound of my voice and what I'm doing. But if I switch over to my vtuber model, I have to pay a little bit more attention to what she looks like. It's very easy to break because the phone needs to see your mouth in order for it to move properly. And sometimes I'm very close or I move very far away. Sabrai, hey, welcome back. How are you doing today? Cognizant, thank you. Miss Rogue, thank you very, very much. I really appreciate the raid. Welcome on in. I do hope you know you raided into an ASMR stream. And I do hope that's okay. As long as I can hear you, me so happy. Also, welcome on in if you are new today. It's nice to meet you. I'll do a little bit of both. I'll swap on over and see how we feel. Can you stream for 8 hours, please, so I can have a full sleep? Oh God, are there people who do ASMR for that long? That's an incredibly long time. Hi. Welcome back. I'll move all the chats over here so I can see you clearly. Good morning and good evening. I did bring a few new things with me today. If Tira goes through that doggy door one more time, I'm going to permanently kick him outside. I'm going to give him one more chance. I feel like he knows that I'm trying to be quiet. No, it is not spooky ASMR today. I think the next time I have a 3DO, it would be nice to do some spooky ASMR, but not today. Watching here and at YouTube at the same time is trippy because there's half a second delay causing an echo. Well, I'm proud of you. I hope you enjoy that. Arthur Loss, welcome on in for 110 streams. I have another question, if that's okay with you. Psychotic Soul has come back for 92 months at a tier 2. Can we get a very quiet round of applause? I didn't know you do ASMR, mostly just saw you in YouTube clips. Hi! I don't really do ASMR, and I'm still just a baby when it comes to it. If you hear a long pause in my mono break, I'm telling the dogs to shut the frick up. Either West, welcome back. How you doing? Tui's been great. Tui's driving me crazy. Can you hear him in the background? First time watching ASMR, I didn't know you did it. Thank you. The story of my ASMR journey is a little bit interesting. How did we start? Can you refresh my memory? I think, oh wow, Blue Dragon, congratulations on your 100. Your ASMR channel has helped me through some bad nights these past days. I'm really glad to hear that. Yes, I will make absolutely certain that the VOD will be up on the ASMR channel, and both this one and the old one. I think you guys asked me for ASMR, and I tried to stream it, and I ended up kind of making it into a joke. And it was like some baby bird horse galloping ASMR. I just thought it was funny. And then I'm gonna kick out here. I'll be right back. What? Never mind. Take on a little bit. Then I think I went full bore and I got a 3DO. Hi, Elliot. And I tried to do roleplay, and I didn't really like that. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed trying it and getting into character. It was actually a lot of fun. I mean, who knows? I might do roleplay again, because listening back to it was actually kind of cool, but always made me feel a little bit weird. And then I did some SCP readings, and I always thought that was very boring. Your inflections while reading SCP has to be a certain way, and I didn't quite like it. So I think when I had first started taking ASMR a little bit more seriously was earlier in 2025. But that was mostly because I wanted to experiment with the YouTube algorithm. I started a brand new channel, and I completely ran it on my own. And I uploaded an ASMR video every single day. And I don't know how people found it, but they did. And they really liked it. It went really well. So that was really exciting. I enjoyed that. And then I just didn't have time for it anymore. So far and this was all offline recording. It'd be about 40 minutes to an hour, and then I'd listen to it and edit it, and then I'd upload it. Far too scared to stream ASMR. I always was worried that it might completely kill my CCV, and people don't generally like ASMR for the most part. ASMR is a very acquired taste, and I wanted to keep it quite separate. So now I just, for the minute, will keep it as a sub-goal. I hope that's alright. I think when I'm more adjusted and I'm moved into my new home, I would like to make it a more often occurrence on the other channel. How do I pronounce that? Is that Sunny? SX? Tier 3, welcome back. How you doing? Gonzo, I'm glad to hear that. Your channel was the first I found, and I never looked back. Well, that is really kind. I don't even know how I was found or how to be found. I didn't. Hey, we're gonna give the biggest, fattest temporary ban a fart wiener, because every time you type it's bright orange, and it's just throwing off my vibes. I would love, well, no, I take that back. Would you love for me to do dedicated ASMR content? That's the strange thing, is that my main channel, my main content, my main squeeze, the algorithm doesn't pick up and recommend. But when I did ASMR, someone just said that they were recommended it. And I think that's just interesting. Thanks, Nick. Trying to think how to describe your voice. Maybe a mix of neat whiskey with a dash of honey. I think I enjoy the dedicated videos more because I'm not pausing to say thank you for the sub, thank you for resubbing, and I imagine those listening get a little confused when I reply to a chat member. So I think the dedicated videos are much gentler. But I understand, maybe you guys enjoy a live ASMR stream. I will never do eating ASMR, by the way. Not happening. People who watch ASMR understand live streaming. That's true and fair. I understand. I love your voice. It reminds me of a good horror narrator. Calm and smooth. Hey, thank you. And Quinn, welcome back. I think sometimes I enjoy watching someone eat. It's odd, I didn't used to. But sometimes I enjoy, or those, I would say do you hear that, but I imagine you very much do. Hey Chaos, welcome back. I think I want to try today not having to have too quick of discussions and let things run a little bit slower, a little bit smoother. Hey, Justiana, thank you. I want to pay a little bit more attention, and if there are moments of pause, I think that's okay too. How do we feel about moving from, is this your left versus your right? Oh wow. End of 2024 through mid 2025. Your ASMR helped me through some of my darkest times. When you were comforting and cheerful, it was soothing and encouraging. When you were somber and struggling, it was like a friend being with me in the misery and hardships. Thank you for your ASMR. That was very kind of you, Melvin. Thank you. I can't thank you enough. There were definitely... Also faulty, thank you. There were definitely a lot of times when I first did ASMR that I was quite sad. But I did a lot of ASMR through a lot of churning emotions. I want to finish that sentence, but one of the dogs are really loudly snoring. Who is it? I think it's Tui. Yeah, I went through a really rough time around when I started ASMR. And I think it helped me quite a lot. I hope you can hear her snoring. It's very cute. I think doing ASMR is helpful because it encourages me to slow down when I speak, because it's not just for me, it's also for you. And when I slow down, I slow down my breathing, I pay attention to the pauses and the quiet. That kind of unintentionally forces my brain to slow down and be calm. I've been going through your catalog, but I rarely hear anything past 15 minutes. What does that mean? I have no idea what that means. Would you say ASMR helps you articulate your words more daily? I don't know. I think you guys would be able to tell more than I would. Oh, it means they passed out. Oh, I don't know, I didn't understand that, I'm sorry. Why do you have to be so loud? No. Oh. That's a curtain. Tyr likes to wrap himself up in like blankets before he lays down. He'll grab it and he'll try to throw it around himself, and the only thing near his little bed is a curtain, so he tries to wrap himself in it. Now, for anyone that is hyper paying attention to any of the visuals, it's a weird thought, but I like it when it's very zoomed in, but you can only see my mouth. I don't know why that is. That's just a me thing. But for those of you that are watching, do you prefer to be uncomfortably close? Or do you prefer me to be a little bit further away? A little bit distant? No, close. Close. Closer. I don't mind being close. Uncomfortably close is comfortable. ¿Por qué no los dos? I really wish that when you were under the ASMR tag that Twitch understood that it is a quiet time. Oh, she's snoring loud. How can you not hear that? Would you guys like it darker? Or is this just enough? Perfect. It's just right. Good. I'd be very curious to those that are watching on YouTube after the stream what they think. Azure in the first. Hi. You must be able to hear them now. Yeah, that's Chewy. Thank you for the month of membership, boss. And thank you for ASMR. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. I need to get another dedicated video in this week. I'm going to try. El Sky, nice to meet you. Welcome on in. I haven't really talked about much of anything just yet. I'm kind of just reading the chat slowly and going from left to right. Hi, noob. Lurker reporting in. Well, hi. Nice to see you again. What do you like most about the slower, calmer streams? Any Borval plans for today? Yes, actually, and a few others. I brought with me 4 books, not only to tap and touch, but potentially read a little bit. That was a big snore. I also have a new, fuzzy cover for the mic, so you tell me the sounds any different from last time, okay? This is a very gentle light, touching, nothing too close, too harsh. Like one of those classic stereo test records from back in the day. I think I like this one a lot more than the other. Do you speak fluent Spanish? I wish I did. I don't. This one's nice. I like this one. It's gentle. Do you like it so you can hear the noises too? Yes, I don't Be it ASMR or regular stream, I always have to hear myself. Biojo, of course. I think we need to give someone in the chat a juice box and show them the door. This feels very nice to touch. Someone told me a bit ago that they liked the trigger where it sounded like someone was speaking but very far away. I don't really know if I'm doing it right, but I can certainly try. I don't know how distant speaking makes you feel. A distant, inaudible whisper. Some people don't like it. What about distant whispering makes you enjoy it? Or dislike it? Well, go on in, Baka. I'll up the intensity of the scratching. Is that okay with you? I actually don't like finger flutters. I think it's weird. And it's not to hate on anyone who enjoys it or does it, but I think it makes me feel psychotic. Like, who came up with that idea to go? I can't take it seriously. I'm so sorry. Please don't judge me. There's nothing wrong with enjoying it as well. Nothing wrong whatsoever. FO, welcome on in, and Dead Eyes. Nice to see you again. You like that sound? This one? Washing hands. I think they were. What's a funny bucket? I did look into a lot of ASMR that was fast. It always threw me off. What do you think about slowly spelling words? I've never tried that before. Would you like me to try? What should I spell? I'm going to spell the word relax. R E L A X. How's that? I think I like this anticipatory trigger idea. I kind of don't get it. It's okay. There's some things that I don't understand either. Hey Szechuan sauce, I hope you're able to enjoy it when you're in a better space. I hope you have a lovely day. Aloe, welcome on in. Welcome back. How are we enjoying the head scratches? And would you like me to stop? Hey, welcome on in, Crowley. Would you like me to keep going? I actually am using a Blue Yeti and not a 3DO. I'll scratch just a little bit harder. Is that too hard? Have you seen people doing trigger onomatopoeia words like sk? I wanted to try stuff like that. Can you continue to explain that to me? Old God Hermes. Hey, how are you? Blowing on the mic, switching from side to side. I always feel like I messed that one up. Hi, Candles. Welcome on in. I can try the blowing. You let me know if I'm blowing too close into the mic or not. And RFC, you're welcome. Hi, Thunder. Welcome back. I was going to try to clean while listening, but then I looked and I realized I've been sitting here for 20 minutes in the scratches. Walk me through this sounds again. I don't know why I'm confused. That you want me to just really? Why? Can I ask? Is that okay to ask you? Just making that sound. Okay, I'll try. Dopey Squid, welcome back for 10 months. What's the future nugget? Welcome on in. Oh, am I supposed to say this sounds several times? Oh, anticipatory. Okay, let me try. Like that. Also, hi, welcome on in everyone. If you're new, it's nice to meet you. I'm still very new to ASMR. I don't really do any, I don't do any licking or kissing or anything like that. I do take Miles' requests to learn what calms you down. How new are you? I don't know. Chad, how new am I? No, I'm not naked. I have clothes on. Candles, why work out when you can work out your brain by slowing it down and having a moment? What about baubles? Would you like to hear some? I just got back from going on a run, a habit I've kept up from the video you posted, where you suggested us to try for a week. I am very proud of you. What are your thoughts on humming? I don't mind humming. Sometimes that when I have to hum, I can't remember anything to hum. Coming from someone who's been watching for years, you're incredible. I still can't take that to heart. Because there's just no way. It's weird for me to see you doing ASMR streams. It's weird for me to see me doing ASMR streams. It is getting a bit cold, isn't it? Do you usually do ASMR? I don't know what that means. Good evening, Star. Welcome back for 3 months. Do I enjoy ASMR? Is that the question? I don't normally listen to ASMR, no. I'm not interested. Quantum A, welcome back for 17 months out of tier 3. Melvin, thank you for gifting that. I mean, even if I wanted to do your massages, I can't. I don't have that kind of mic. Hi, Aldir. Welcome on in. Or you just want me to say Cthulhu? How do we feel about the baubles? Do we like them? Or do we give it a pass? Okay, I like them too. And what if one second. What if I have a bauble in one ear while scratching your head and then moving from left to right? A few things going on at once, but not all bad. I love the bauble sounds. It's only 9:30. I always think it's quite nice when I'm able to fall asleep early because I know that my body will be able to get more sleep. And everyone needs more sleep, right? What if I did the high storm? I didn't know that Curly does ASMR. Does she actually do ASMR? What makes her really good? I gotta know. I wanna learn. I do have a tuning fork. Would you like to hear it? Is the tuning fork your voice? No, no, I really like the tuning fork, but I only like one of them, and it's the deeper tone. Alright, let's give it a try. I'll go grab them. Alright. Would you like to hear it? I'm doing quite well, thank you for asking. Sounds similar to a school gong. What school did you go to? I want to hit it harder, but I'm afraid to be too loud. Can you hit it further away from the mic? Sure. I feel like I'm the only person that doesn't fully get the tuning forks. That's okay. It sounds like some people like this. And some people don't like that. Some people like this. Let's say to electro, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Some people like whispering. And some people don't. Everybody's different, and that's okay. Someone asked me to hum while doing this, but it doesn't last very long. So I don't know what I would hum. Ooh, that was a bit close. How did that feel in your brain? Oh. I'm so sorry for interrupting. Oh, I hit that one very hard, actually. I'm sorry for waking you up. Shadow, thank you for gifting that. Ooh. That's quite nice. I really like how you talk with the pauses right before the last word. Like that. Hi, Vic. Welcome on in. I like the tuning fork quite a lot. I don't enjoy ASMR usually, but this made me fall asleep in my chair 2 times now. That must mean there's something that your brain likes, with or without your knowing, right? Hi, Briz. How are you? In the country, thank you. I do have some books here. I have Atomic Habits, Finding Calm, American Psycho, and the official movie novel of Five Nights at Freddy's. Sorry for all the chairs squeaking. I hope that isn't too bad. Listening to this and being super relaxed while editing a clip of you talking about skinning someone in the event that you killed them is really confusing. Hi, Grimlock. Thank you so much for coming back. What are you telling me? You've never considered what it might feel like. Just peeling back someone's skin ever so slowly. Not a good stream to listen to while studying for a final exam. Or is it? If rain was in the title, it'd be here sooner. Should I put rain in the title? We're getting closer now to the kidnapping roleplay. How would I even do that? I feel like I'd scare a lot of you away. Hi, Brazen. Welcome on in. Thank you for being here today. Can you kidnap the willing? What about this sound? Do you like that? That, my friends, is the sound at the front cover of Five Nights at Freddy's. Oops, sorry. It could be a sub goal. It could be listening to Pink story reading. I mean, do you want me to try to read a little bit? I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I can certainly try. I didn't think there'd be another ASMR stream for like 3 months. I didn't. Let me move some things around. Okay. I'll start with a prologue. I'm almost certain that the Five Nights at Freddy's is like open. Anything involving FNAF. And if it's not, then shame on me, I suppose. We will see. Now the question is, do you want me to just read, or would you like me to scratch your head while we read? Okay. Prologue. The screw's sharp metal threads bit at Bob's fingertips. Scoring deeply into the pads. Blood smeared the screw head and dripped onto the rusty grey metal vent cover Bob was laboring to remove from the wall. Bob had already freed 2 of the vent screws. He tried to bend the cover back away from the wall, but the metal was too strong. He had to get a 3rd screw out so he could swing the cover out of the way. The vent was large, big enough, Bob thought, for him to get through. It had to be. If it wasn't, well, he couldn't think about that. Can we have one of these streams per week? It's just so nice. What do you like about it? Sell me on the idea. I don't know if anyone will answer. Sounds like everyone is very relaxed. Which FNAF book is it in particular? It's the official movie novel Five Nights at Freddy's. This is like a dream. Well, hey. Thanks. This is so incredibly nice. What a gift to find the stream on my day off. Well, I hope you have a good day today. come on, he muttered. The words came out in a staccato gasp, because Bob's heart was pounding so violently it felt like it was beating the air out of his lungs. A heavy bang sounded behind Bob, a loud bang that vibrated the table Bob was crouched under. Involuntarily, Bob raised his head, whacking it on the table as he turned to look over his shoulder. The throbbing that erupted in his skull added syncopation to his rapid-fire breathing. Bob stared at the barrier he'd built up in front of the office's metal door. Was it going to hold? Another bang. This one reverberated through the office. Bob felt the vibration course through all of the bones in his body. The vibration turned into a panicked convulsion as one of the filing cabinets he'd piled on top of the desk teetered. High catch. The desk was wedged against the door, but if the cabinets fell, would the desk stay in place? The wobbling filing cabinet bumped into the desk chair that topped the pile of office furniture Bob had cobbled into a blockade. The chair toppled over and crashed onto the office's linoleum floor. The desk twitched, but it stayed in place. Ignoring the prickles between his shoulder blades as he rotated away from the door, Bob returned his concentration to the screw. The blood-slicked screw stubbornly refused to turn for a couple more seconds. Bob gritted his teeth and put all his focus onto the screw head. And finally the screw came loose. He dropped it as the vent cover swiveled on its remaining screw and swung away from the opening in the wall. Bob appeared into the black shaft extending in front of him. Stuffy air wafted from the opening. Dust billowed upward. He suppressed a sneeze. Behind Bob, a fingernails on a blackboard screech preceded a deafening clang. Bob's head swiveled. The filing cabinet was no longer on top of the desk. It lay on the floor, and behind it the desk began to move away from the doorknob. Bob sucked in his breath and looked around wildly for his flashlight. He'd set down the club-style light when he'd begun working on the screws. Where was it? Bob spotted the flashlight a few feet to his right. He lunged for it as another deafening metallic thud came from the office door. The overhead speakers hissed, and then they emitted a tiny shriek. Time to go, Bob thought. Flipping on his flashlight, Bob crawled into the narrow darkness. More thuds and thumps chased him away from the office. He scrabbled as fast as he could. In his 30s, Bob had come to terms with his nerdish looks and receding hairline, but he'd never been thrilled with his sight, with this light body. But for once, though, he was grateful for his narrow shoulders. And even so, He still had to squirm and wriggle his way through the tightened enclosure of the vent shaft. In spite of the close quarters, he made quick progress. The continued guttural coming from the speakers and the echoing bangs and thumps that sounded like they were pursuing Bob through the inkiness impelled him through the shaft at lightning speed. In what felt like both seconds and centuries, Bob reached the end of the vent shaft that led away from the office. The passage split. Bob aimed his flashlight beam left, then right. The light revealed the same thing in both directions. Darkness and more darkness. Sweat stunk Bob's eyes and dripped off his nose. The stench of his perspiration was fetid in the confined space. Bob set down his flashlight so he could wipe his face. Another scorching howl came from the building's speakers. Bob snatched up his flashlight and without thinking anymore, he headed down the left passageway. Losing himself again in the frantic crawling that defied his ability to quantify seconds or minutes, Bob clambered forward until he found himself looking at a vent cover like the one he'd removed in his office. Bob groaned. Was he trapped? If this vent cover was screwed on as securely as the one in his office, the cacophony coming from the speakers crescendoed. The vent shaft shook as the entire building quaked. Bob hefted his flashlight and used the end of it to pound on the vent cover. Also, Candles, you have a wonderful day today. If she moved, the sound went from one ear to the other, slowly and carefully, lovingly. I would have died. Like that? What do you mean? And I hope, thank you for gifting that to OMD. I didn't know paper could sound sensual. The paper sounds sensual. It turns out I do like ASMR. I just needed to find the right voice. So sayonara, that's a good question. Honestly, I think that I should be streaming to the ASMR channel. To his shock and relief, the vent cover came loose. It flipped away from the shaft and slapped the wall with a crash that made Bob cringe. Even above the din that filled the building, the sound carried, which meant it easily gave away Bob's location. Bob quickly pulled himself out of the vent shaft, every nerve ending in his body on alert. Bob stood and whirled in a circle, shining his light around him. When the flashlight beam revealed stacks of boxes, restaurant supplies, and a closed frosted glass door, Bob let out a pent-up breath. He was in one of the pizzeria's storage rooms, and he was alone. For the moment, Bob took a step toward the door, reaching for the knob. He hesitated. What was on the other side of the door? Although Bob could see no looming shadows beyond the murky glass, his heart rate ratcheted up a couple more notches. His chest felt contracted, like metal bands were constricting around him. Bob really did not want to open the door that stood between his current temporary safety and what was roaming loose beyond the door. He couldn't stay here forever. Locking himself in the office hadn't worked. Hiding in here wouldn't either. He had to get out of the building. Bob turned the knob and threw open the door. Willing himself not to think, Bob stepped out of the storage room, checking left and right, seeing nothing but the dimly lit hallway. Bob took off at a sprint, his rubber-soled athletic shoes slapping at the black and white checkered floor. Bob reached the hallway corner in seconds, and he rounded it, and his gaze locked on the glowing red exit sign above the door, just 30 feet away. Pumped up by hope, Bob shot towards the door. Bob hit the door's metal crash bar at top speed, fully expecting to catapult through the door into the sweet freedom of the night outside. Bob was shocked when his body bounced backward off the bar. How are you feeling so far? Can I get ones in chat if you're enjoying this? There's so many of you. ARP, thank you very much. Sure. Oh, I'm so sorry. Of course, we can do some breathing exercises. Would you guys like to take a break and do them now? I don't even like ASMR, but I came to see what you were up to, and I've been in a trance the past 20 minutes. I'm glad. I don't generally like ASMR either, so I understand. Laughing Man, thank you very much for gifting that to God of Rage. I have more videos. We'll take a small break and maybe enjoy some breathing and relaxing. Harvey for Kavdol. Did I read that correctly? Thank you very much for the gifted subs. I appreciate that. Thank you for supporting the stream regardless of what we're doing. I appreciate it. Bork Lightning, welcome back. How are you doing today? I was going to ask for some guided meditation potentially, but I already used my one-time ASMR request on this. No, you can't miss warbles, but we can do some more. Miss Saito, I hope I said that correctly. Welcome. Do you guys want to relax a little bit and I guide you through kind of letting go of a little bit of tension, a little bit of stress? Make your muscles loosen up a little bit. Alright, let me readjust. Hi Syrup, how you doing? No, I'm cortisol maxing. Alright, where shall we begin, I wonder? Alright. I'm just having my eye on my doggies. Where are they at? Okay. Oh, Psychotic, thank you for gifting a tier 2 to Syrup. That's huge. Thank you very much. Alright. Now, it's up to you whether you want to close your eyes or not. Also, congratulations, King's Blend. But I'm going to close my eyes so I can properly guide you so that I can do it with you. Now, I know it's only Monday. No, and though, if we were listening to this at any other time, it could be any other day. I don't know. But for today, it's Monday. And usually Mondays are stressful and riddled with anxiety because there's so much you probably have to do this week, I imagine. But to prepare for the week, prepare for the anxieties, the unknown and both known, I'm going to give you an opportunity to let some of it go and make room for it all in a healthier way. Okay? So, I'm going to clear my throat first. Hang on. That's much better. I'm going to ask you if you can, and if you're at work or driving or cannot, please don't. But if you are able to, I'd like you to close your eyes. And just stay here for a minute. Now I imagine most of you might have a difficult time clearing your mind and maybe using that opportunity to think about all the things, but all I want you to listen to is the sound of me breathing and the gentle tapping of the rain. Just a minute. try to allow your brain to completely empty. I don't want you to hear your own voice in your mind or think about anything that you should be doing or have to do. Because right now you're giving yourself an opportunity to let it go and just be at peace for a moment. Now, I want you to breathe with me. I'm going to breathe in, and I'm going to hold it for 4 seconds. And when you breathe out, I want you to imagine all of the spindly little thoughts and frustrations and anxieties. Give it a dark color in your mind, and imagine when you breathe out, it's all just coming out through your breath. Are you ready? Breathe in and hold, and then let it all go. That was the sound of you letting it go. He was just trying to help you. Alright, we're gonna do it one more time, okay? I want you to breathe in and hold it. And then imagine letting it all go. Let's do it again, okay? Breathe in and hold it. And then breathe out. Now that you've slowed down your heart just a little bit and calmed a lot of your senses and nerves, I want you to close your eyes for as long as you like, but the longer the better. When you close your eyes and you're paying more attention to the gentle taps of the rain and the pace of my voice, I want you to now direct your attention to the weight of your eyelids. You can feel them now more than you could before. Maybe try to wiggle your eyes left and right, and imagine now your eyelids are completely out of your control. They're heavy now and you can't open them anymore. You can try if you like, but it'd be best if you didn't. Because now you're here in this moment, just for you. Now I want you to pay attention to your cheeks. If they're heavy, imagine letting every inch of weight of them go. And they slowly drip to the back of your head, weightless. I want you to do the same with your eyebrows. Pay attention to how they might feel. Are they heavy? And now they're dripping all the way to the back of your head. And the tip of your nose. You can wiggle a little bit for now. Because once you do, all the muscles are so relaxed and weightless. All your muscles have no meaning anymore. Your jaw probably tight, always grinding or tightening, being anxious and overwhelmed, but now your jaw is slowly falling to the back of your face. Weightless. Slowly your face feels almost nothing, almost turning to just sludge. And you can't open your eyes, and you don't want to either. So far your brain can't even comprehend a singular thought. There's nothing. It's empty. There's no room for anything. The door in your mind is locked, and all you can hear is the sound of the rain and the sound of my voice. And now, the balls of your shoulders, slowly rolling them back and forward now. And you take a deep breath, pulling your shoulders all the way to your ears. And then when you let them go, it's like a heavy weight being dropped. Your shoulders now far less tense than they were a moment ago, and you didn't even realize how much you were tightening them until just now. In your neck, as you slowly roll it from left to right, you realize how much you've been straining at your desk, leaning over at your phone, driving so much tension wrapped in every delicate cell in your neck now being let go. You can visually see all your muscles just getting ever so light. Now it almost feels like the top of your head and the tip of your nose and the edges of your shoulders are now weightless. You feel nothing, and all of your muscles are just falling to the back of your mind. Now, I want you to pay attention to the very, very tips of your fingers. Every single tip of your finger, you can feel it. You can wiggle your fingers if you'd like and give them a little bit of attention. But now I want you to slowly, as you pay attention to each one of your fingers, you let them go. They are now weightless and completely out of your control, and you no longer need to pay attention to anything in those fingers. And now your wrists, as you roll them from left to right, feeling the balls and joints of your wrists slowly lighten and let go. you are still thinking of nothing. There is no tomorrow. There is no yesterday. There's only right now and the sound of the rain and the weightlessness your body now feels. I want you to wiggle the very tips of your toes, trying to feel each and every one of them. Try to do them each individually. And as you do that, slowly let them go. Move your ankles from left to right and let them slowly sink. Pay attention to the base of your belly button as you breathe and fill your lungs with air and slowly breathe out. This week in particular, you will be able to take on every task you are given with ease. Every frustrating interaction that you may have to deal with this week will no longer be as frustrating as it could have been. Anyone who's been in the back of your mind bothering you and scratching your brain like an unnecessary hair that you can't find in your glasses is no longer going to be an issue. They're no longer a problem, because now you are in complete control of your body and your thoughts and your breathing. Breathe in and breathe out. I want you to take your shoulders and push them all the way back. And now you can feel your head almost touch your back and then push it forward. When I count to 3, I want you to open your eyes and let everything go. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Open your eyes. Take in what's around you. And from this moment forward, your week will be less strenuous. Your body rested. And your mind at ease. How do you feel? Hi, Michael. Michael, quietly. Thank you for your hypnosis, kind witch. You're welcome. I have a question. Can you hear when I turn on my heater? Because my toes are so cold right now. I'm going to turn it low and I'm going to face it towards me. And it's a bit of an ambient sound. Can you hear it? It's almost that sound when you turn on a fan before you sleep. It's that little background fan as you're trying to sleep. Not distracting, fantastic, because I am freezing. Might be the closest I've ever felt to being hypnotized, and that was exactly what I needed for the week. I'm glad. Did you ever think about doing hypnosis? No, I don't quite know how to do it. I don't know. I speak in a way that I would like to be spoken to if I was anxious. Make poo and pee jars, says YouTube. Oh jeez, God, they're smart over there, aren't they? Guided meditation is essentially hypnosis, is it? What's the biggest difference between the two? Oh gosh, that heat feels so much better. I feel refreshed. Good. I'm glad. Yes, I will be posting these to YouTube. Don't worry too much. I'm going to take a little bit of a tinkle break, if that is okay, and I'll be back and we can continue. Is that right? Okay, good. Welcome back. This has been lovely. A little bit out of the ordinary of the usual, but it's a little bit easier than last time. Hello, Miss Layna. Thank you for being unapologetically you and making content. Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you. Could you make an ASMR with rain drums and other relaxing instruments? I could try in the future, I think. I think in the future would like to have a voice recording room in my house, and I would like to have a specific section of my house for ASMR. That could be cool. I really do want to get a proper 3DO, which would be nice. As a Dumbo with a small, tiny, weeny little request, could you maybe do the sounds and the stuff you did at the beginning with a mic? Yeah, absolutely. Like this? You conked out. Well, welcome back. I don't think you need another setup from the one you have now. Really? I want to scratch this a little bit harder. What does this sound like when I use just my thumbs? This is my thumbs pressing on the mic. And these are my nails. Scratching a little bit harder onto the mic. How does this sound? I normally don't like ASMR, but this is cozy. Oh, I'm really glad to hear that. Could you do the scratching while humming? I don't really know what to hum. I haven't been listening to a lot of music lately. I'll just randomly hum. How about that? Why is this making me so emotional? It's just a normal ASMR stream, yet it reminds me when my mother sang me to sleep. Oh. In a way, I'm happy to hear you say that. I think sometimes it's nice to feel a little nostalgic for that place of calm when we were young. I am so sorry. It's funny because that was Tyr. Tyr never plays with toys. But for whatever reason, he was like, today I want to play. Hey. Be a bit quieter, will you? Please? We got people relaxing in here. Hey, 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 hey. Shh. Tyr. Hey. Gotta be honest, I don't remember that part of My Little Sunshine. They're usually pretty well behaved. That was very cute. It's alright. Maybe he doesn't like how relaxing it sounds and how quiet it is. 2 years is... she's out. She is sleeping. What other tune do I know? It feels like when I'm on the spot I forget everything I've ever heard. I guess it's just kind of how it is. Hi everyone, welcome on in. And if you're listening to this video as a VOD on the channel, I want to greatly apologize for, gosh, not really uploading in a trillion years. Oh, let's see if I can remember this. I really liked 1,000 Words and Den 2. That song made me cry. I really like Den 2 a lot. I'd say if I had to order Final Fantasies, it would be 8, 10, 10 2, 7, 15. It's only been 2 hours. Feels like it's been a long time. What time is it for you, if I may ask? Almost 5, 2, 10, 5, 2, 3:53, 22:53 in Germany. What country are you in currently? I want to see all the different places in the world people are tuning in to relax. Sweden, Argentina, Ohio, Sweden, Germany, UK, Australia, West Coast, Finland, Ukraine, Hungary, Argentina. We have a lot more people in all the other places in the world than we do America right now. Lots of Germany, Denmark, Canada, Holland, Iowa, France, Germany, Missouri, Belgium. Goodness, we have a lot of people not in America. Now then, I have a question for you, if that is okay. How would you feel if I started 2 hours earlier next month? And you're welcome, MCP. Austria. Hello to Austria. Just something I'm considering. Works for me. I don't have a work schedule. I like this time. Getting ready for bed. You start just as I get off of work. I miss a bit either way. Oh my gosh, I hope you didn't hear me burp. I tried. Screw this. This is creepy. I'm out. Also, I'm home alone. Well, maybe just just be sure to check behind your doors. I would close your windows tonight if I were you, because you never know what's lurking behind those windows all by yourself. And maybe you forgot to lock one of those doors. And tonight is not the night that you want to forget. Did I scare you? Jesus, I am so goddamn gay. Okay. No, nothing will protect you with that holy water of yours. Only doors being locked and hope at this rate. Hey Melvin, thank you for that. How do you like the slow ASMR where sometimes there is no talking, it's just the scratching, the moments of pause? Would you like me to talk more or less? Hey sir, we don't really do that here. The bubbles are my favorite. I like when the bubbles come out of my VTuber mouth and it looks like I'm doing it. Before the talking, what would you like me to talk about? How about I ask you, how was your weekend? Would you like to tell me about it? What was your favorite thing about the weekend? What was your least favorite thing about the weekend? I got a lot done around the house. I feel very accomplished. There, stop. God, you're just being a little bit of an asshole. I don't recommend ending seasoning in more sounds, even mouth clicks if you're feeling crazy. I don't think I could do mouth clicks, that would bother me, I think. That's such an interesting sound that you guys like. I saw Hokum. I'm not, I think the more I think about it, a huge fan of Hokum. Favorite part, eating 4 burger servings of fries and cookies. Least favorite, the horrible stomachache I had after eating 4 burger servings of fries and cookies. That is valid. I went on a picnic. I went in a 5th wheeled on a couple of friends' double date. Oh, okay, alright. Buying flour, chocolate, and going to a restaurant with my mom for Mother's Day. I tried some new games with friends. I cleaned my room well. I painted my nails black back to green, and I really like the green. I completely cleaned out my garage and my office. It's ready for the movers to pack it all up. I'm so ready to go. Hey Rot. Hey, welcome. Thank you for being a member for a month. I gotta do another offline video, dude. I kept thinking about it yesterday. It's gonna happen. This is great. Well, was listening to YouTube so far. Usually rain sounds are ASMR enough for me. But I just see someone else able to add it or add to it. Well, thank you. Nice to meet you. How are you doing today? You know what? I'm really sad that they don't have another game. You know that unpacking game? And it's a pixel game. It's very simplified. And you take it and you put everything away. Oh my rot. With $199 on YouTube. I really can't thank you enough. That was extremely kind of you. That is massive. That is huge. And all I can do is say thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate that. That was so kind. I thank you. I hope very much that you do enjoy this channel. I hope you've been enjoying the streams. I'm really, really, really happy to have started to stream on YouTube and for other people to start finding us. I hope that the streams have brought you joy and laughs and calm. So thank you very much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for finding us. I will say it's a little funny how different things are on the channel. We cover lots of... A tear is just going through it. Tia, you're never this annoying. Tia, what is your problem? Golly. We cover a lot of new horror games. We've been doing a lot more collabs recently. We do our interview feature creature sometimes. We do ASMR. We've been doing a lot of stuff these days. And I think that's pretty cool. Things have been good lately, I think. What do you feel? My energy levels are alright, I reckon. I'm holding up. All that matters is how you feel. Will you be able to tell if there are no more baubles? No more rubbing. I like the baubles. Yeah, having a flare-up has not been great. RP, thank you. Welcome on in. I'm looking forward to playing Subnautica 2, actually. I didn't know that it was going to be such a long game, and I was talking to Crowley yesterday. So supposedly, unintentionally, playing Subnautica 2 with Crowley could be a maybe weekly or bi-weekly thing. I didn't know. So if we enjoy Subnautica 2 this week, there might be a lot more of them down the line, if that's okay with you. What do you think? Don't forget that tomorrow we have the big collab once more with the same group from last week. We have Ray and Sarway, Demi, Cottontail, myself, and Grilly. So tomorrow we will all be experiencing the new content in Repo, and I'm very excited. I think it's the perfect game for all of us to play. And then we have Wednesday. Do you remember what is on Wednesday? Who remembers what's Wednesday? Yes. Now, the new supermassive game, Directive 8020, is anywhere from an 8 to 12 hour game. So I just was wondering, I don't think I would like to finish it in one sitting. Would you like to do a part 2? Because if we do it in one sitting, it's potentially 9 to 10 hours, and I don't know if I want to do that. We could do a part 2 on Monday. If it's good. The thing is, I don't know if Supermassive is created a new game in Directive 8020. What if it's really bad? You know. I can't wait for her to test where the line is over and over. What is that? Grot, what do you mean? You can't wait for Krilly to test the line. What do you mean? What do you mean by that? Also, throwing spaghetti at a wall. You have a wonderful, wonderful day at work today. What does that mean, testing where the line is? Oh my gosh, can you hear me burping? I'm so sorry. This week is a good lineup. Hi, girl. We could do Left 4 Dead, but I am on a hiatus with those guys scheduling anything. They need to do it next. Cotton took me out, I think. I needed some recoup time. That threw me off for a bit with love. I would imagine, yeah, that the cooking stream is after I move, I think. I wanted to do a cooking stream before I moved, but the prednisone is starting to make my face a little cute and round, and I'm very embarrassed. So Monday we've had ASMR. Tuesday, we have a Repo collab. Wednesday, we have Directive 8020. Thursday, Subnautica 2 Crelly. And then Friday, we look at all the art pieces from the contest. And then we announce the winners the same day. I think that'd be pretty cool. What do you reckon? That's a good week lineup, I think. What shall we do next? I want to do this again. What would you like me to tap on? I'm shooting people in Valorant while watching this. Does this help you? Do you want me to tap on the book? What about tapping on a book is it that you guys like? Tui just tucked herself into her little kennel. Yeah, her punishment kennel. The book gives a lower pitch, deeper hollow sound that is satisfying versus a slug or a phone screen, which is more muted and hard but brief. Reminds me of reading time as a kid with the picture books that made a lot of noise as the pages would turn. I have a slug, but it's on the floor. I'd have to go get it in a second. What's up, Clumpy? Welcome back. How is everyone feeling now? What's your favorite thing about ASMR? Like when you tune in and you want to relax or you want to sleep, what is it that you're looking for? Feeling a bit of a fool for being high-strung earlier? Don't. Forces my mind to slow down. I've been feeling quite anxious all day at work today, but when he went live with ASMR, I finally started to relax, and it helped me finish my work day. Either white noise or a soothing voice let me put my guard down. Okay, I might start a controversial conversation. Now might be a good time for that. Has anyone seen the movie called The Drama? I just started watching it yesterday with Blair and Adam, and also saying, Gwen, you're welcome. It's with Edward Cullen. What's that guy's name that plays Edward Cullen in Twilight? And it's with Zendaya. They're a couple and they're about to get married. It's called The Drama. No, you're right. Robert Pattinson. It's Robert Pattinson and Zendaya. And they're about to get married. Again, I will warn you if you're listening to this ASMR, it might be controversial, but this is a safe space. They're about to get married, but for some reason they're only just now slowly revealing things about themselves that they didn't reveal before. Imagine them on a date, a double date, if you so please. And the question is asked, what is the worst thing that you have ever done? And Zendaya, she's drunk off of wine and she says, when I was very, very little, almost SHOT up a school, and they all go quiet. Her friend gets angry. She's upset with her. She said, but I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I thought about it. I was bullied. I was bullied heavily. She was sad. She was depressed. She thought about it. It's also why her right ear, she's deaf in her right ear, because when she practiced using it outside, she blew her eardrum. And her partner, who's the wedding is that coming weekend, didn't know. And is starting to see how her past is affecting other people. And her partner was like, but she didn't do it. She didn't do it. And someone asked her, well, what helped her? What made her not do it? She said, well, I finally met friends and they were really kind to me. So I didn't do it. And the rest of the movie, and I haven't seen the rest of it, there's like 30 minutes left. The rest of the movie consists of him having a mental breakdown because everyone is telling him that his partner, Zendaya, is psychotic. Report her to the police, yada yada. And I ask you, what side of the fence would you be on? And I wonder if we can have a very calm conversation about this, because it is ASMR. If someone thought to do that when they were a child, and they are now an adult getting married, would you still marry them? But it wasn't just purely a thought crime. She had the GUN. She had it prepared. She made a video ready to go. They kept telling him that she was psychotic and to call the police because once the thought of that never changes. But she never did it. She didn't do it. It was the past. She was a kid. I think when you were a child, you don't fully understand the thoughts or repercussions of your potential actions. You just don't. So it was actually quite sad to see a lot of her friends abandon her as an adult after sharing that thought with them. The husband goes to work and he asks a female co-worker, gives her the example of someone else, but relaying what he was told by his partner about her thoughts. And he said, well, what would you do? If you were going to marry this person and you found this out, what would you do? And she said, I'd report her to the police. And then he had valid questions. He said, what, report her to the police for a thought she had when she was 15? What would they do? She said, I don't know. Isn't she a threat? I would still marry. The issue was resolved through community and belongingness. She made friends, and by getting married, you're ensuring that as long as you're together, you are fulfilling community and belongingness. She didn't do it. She found people that liked her, so I would talk to her more, but wouldn't change my current feelings about her. Did the mic get loud? I don't know. Am I too close? I can go away. No, I didn't change anything. Sorry. I was just leaning into the mic. That's my bad. I think what's disappointing about the film is I went into that film blind. I didn't know anything about the movie or what the premise of it was, or maybe the issues. And the fact that the entire film revolves around her once thought when she was a child during moments of being bullied is the entire premise of the film. I was really disappointed. Thought crime. Yeah, I was very disappointed, I think. Again, I don't know how it ends. Mind you, by the way, the really surprising part is the guy is the one struggling with it, right? After, spoilers here, you bumped your audio interface. Okay, it wasn't my issue. After the guy asks his female co-worker what she would do after she says she would report it to the police, he begins to cry. And she holds him, says it'll be okay. And then he stands up, kisses her, rips her shirt off, and bends her over. And I was like, what? This is... I was like, dude. This is the guy that is struggling because his wife, when she was 15, had a really awful thought because she was struggling. I just... This movie is so bizarre. They didn't end up going through with it. Like, after he bent her over, he started crying and he was like, what am I doing? Just... Oh my goodness. I was someone who has gone on record saying that they are not a huge fan of ASMR. Besides the bubbles. I think I speak for most people when I say you do an amazing job at it. Thank you for doing these streams and making your videos, and P.S. I hope you're feeling better. OG Hermes just gifted 100 over on YouTube. I appreciate that. Is it called a super chat? You guys have been very kind today. And thank you so much. Occasional insomniac, I've been using ASMR for a few years to help, but never been straight up put to sleep midday until now. Maybe it's the perfect combination of white noise and your vocal tone, but in the utmost sincerity, that was the best nap I've had in ages. Thank you both so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm really glad that I could help either of you, and I'm really glad also coming from someone that does not like ASMR. I am not a fan of ASMR, and I don't know if I ever will be. It is really nice to hear that some people do like my ASMR, and I appreciate that so very much. Sorry. Oh, I mean, thank you. I don't know why I said sorry. I meant thank you. I agree. Anyone can be pushed into doing things that they wouldn't normally do in extreme circumstances. I think focusing entirely on punishing people in specific circumstances and ignoring everything else is missing the point, which is why I don't understand the film so far. I don't understand what they're trying to invoke in us, because me and my friends were yelling at the screen. We were like, why? Why is she being punished? I don't understand. She hasn't done anything wrong. Also, Maester, thank you. Thank you very much. I don't understand the film. I'm very curious how it ends, because so far it just seems silly. I can't believe that they have framed the man of the relationship being in such a tizzy over this information that he was going to cheat on his fiancée. Pushed him to cheat on her, and she didn't do anything. For some reason, you sound like someone who would voice act in the new anime Witch Hat Atelier. Okay, that is a massive compliment. I really like that anime. Thank you. That was really kind. Did they show how it affected her when all her friends turned on her? Not quite yet. It was one friend, her best friend, that was supposed to be the bridesmaid, and she stopped talking to her. Your ASMR feels a lot more comfortable than other ASMR channels, so I do appreciate that. Thank you. I guess I'll have to tell you guys how it goes tomorrow. I was bullied all growing up. Super bullied, in fact, if that's a word, so maybe I empathize with that character a lot. But then I started watching Euphoria last night, and Zendaya is the main character, and she's a drug addict. I fell asleep to it, but I don't know if I like it. I think most ASMR like yours should be more wholesome, even if it becomes intimate. Feels more relaxing and gives a form of comfort, especially from the person you really like and appreciate. So are you saying that the ASMR I'm currently doing should be more wholesome? How do I make my ASMR more wholesome? How do I do that? I've heard Euphoria is either the best thing ever or completely poopy butts. I think I'm leaning on poopy butts. I think they're saying it's more, sorry, excuse me for misunderstanding. They're saying it's more wholesome than most, I see. I don't really quite know how to be more. You know, it's crazy because me too. I've only ever seen Zendaya in Spider-Man, and I loved her in Spider-Man. I never knew. I know she's an actress, but I never knew she did more things than that. And then I realized Euphoria is like a whole handful of seasons. Oh. Dude, Tui is snoring up a storm again. I wonder why she went into the kennel. Tui's never had a kennel in her whole life, by the way. This is a first, and that I got the kennel as a form of punishment. But she likes to sleep in there, which is kind of cuckoo bananas. A snorm, if you will. This is super wholesome. You're a Pookie. You're a Pookie. I grew up with Zendaya in the one Disney Channel show she was in about street dancing. I didn't even know that. There's an old cursed Euphoria. Did you hear that? That was a big story. That was Dewey. Both dogs are completely asleep. How many of you in chat are asleep? They're both Pomeranians. Mixes of Poms. We'll never know. We'll never know. Typing for my lucid dream. Dude, I don't know why Dewey is so, like, hardcore asleep. You do ASMR? Very rarely. Very rarely. I'm doing this as another sub goal. I'm not sure I would do ASMR streams willingly. What if I just stop scratching the mic? Because you guys are so used to it. I don't think I like phone tapping, but I think Melvin mentioned it. I actually took a nap at about the 2-hour mark and woke up half an hour ago. Goodness. Yeah, I'm not a tapper. Definitely not a tapper. I'm gonna do the book again, I reckon. Is it harder on the voice to speak like that? No, not for me. Oh, just hit my face. I noticed no one has asked me to keep reading. Do you want me to keep reading? Or do you want me to just keep talking about whatever comes to my mind? Because if I read, I don't interact with chat. We can just keep chatting. Let's see what else has been on my mind. Last night I had a really late night call with Coco and Cotton and Crilly. Crilly had to go at some point, and then it was me, Coco, Oh, excuse me, Coco, and Cotton, and we all showed each other our houses and our little animals, and then I got to hear Coco and Cotton brushing their teeth. I just got the mouse icons for the PC. Dude, hey, thank you. I'm really glad you enjoy them. Thank you. Yeah, it was kind of the first time that we were just vibing. When I first called, I was unloading my groceries and making dinner. And then we hung out for a bit, and then I left and I got in bed, and they were still hanging out, so I came back. It was really cute. Cotton was like, oh, I'm kicking my feet right now, I'm so happy. It was really cute. Yeah, I had a really good time. It's very nice. We are 5 minutes away from the 3-hour mark. How does that make you feel? What do you have to do for the rest of the day? What do you have planned? What are you going to go do when this is over? Gym making dinner and painting. Eat a donut, drink chocolate milk. Final Fantasy. Ooh. It's incredible how much you've done outside your comfort zone this year. Can I take a moment to ask what you guys feel that is? What have you felt? Have been changes? Hi Tim. Have been changes to this channel? And me as a creator, what have you seen that has been different? Q3 is a good change. Confidence. I did enjoy the boxing stream. The boxing stream was good. I'm a little new around here, I can't tell, but I'm enjoying your content. Oh, thank you. I think you've really figured out the YouTube, enjoying both shorts and long form. Collabing with people you haven't before. Coming out of your shell, the growth and time you spent being consistent. To everyone who's new to the channel, thank you for being here. Thank you very much for giving me a try. I just watched the drama scene and I think it would help her. Yeah, same boat. Lately you've prioritized yourself and what you want more than before. I agree with that. I'm going to try to ensure that this one and the old ASMR VOD get uploaded. I will be uploading the old one first to the ASMR channel, and then I will be uploading this one probably a day or two afterwards. Also, Das, welcome back. I just got done doing yard work for my grandmother. Well, good job and congratulations. You should be proud. What's up, Drag? How are you doing today? Also, Dead Inside, welcome back for 21 months. How are you doing today? I have seen you go from camera to no camera to VTuber back to being comfortable being on IRL again. I've seen your 3D modeling making days, your gaming days, your cooking days, and your ASMR is a great addition. Hey, Rise of Kali, thank you so much for being here through all of that. That is a lot of different phases that I've been through as a creator. Mumblebits, I really enjoyed the collab with Ray. That was a good time. Thank you, Rise of Kali. Of Kali, not of Kai. I'm thinking of the, what is it? The convention. I miss cooking for you guys quite a lot, actually. Thanks for the nap. Not sure I woke up right on time. It was meant to be. I'm very much looking forward to getting back to cooking. I really hope that you guys will accept me when I come back to IRL. If you had an idea for a meal to cook, what would it be? That's a very good question. What meal? I don't want to learn how to cook when there's really fancy, like high-end meals, you know, where they only put like 3 ingredients on a plate, but it has so much flavor and so much taste. Next Skillet Dude 110. Oh, I know how to make fried rice. I love fried rice. I can never get it right, though. I'm currently making a sword for Froggy Luck, now that my forge is up. But when I finish hers, would you want a blade, sword, or knife? I've been a viewer since 2020-ish and had one of your stickers on my welder. That would be an absolute honor. What a cool opportunity. I would love nothing more. What a cool offer. Thank you so much, and thank you for being here for what, like 6 years now? That's incredible. And Toon, hey, welcome on in for 23. How are you doing today? That's insane. Thank you so much. Wowie wow. I think that when I move, I would like to get a P.O. box, by the way. So maybe I can do that. Hi, Shadow. Thank you so much. And with that, I wish you nothing more but to have the best Monday you can ever have. Thank you so much for tuning in today and relaxing with me. Maybe I will consider a sub goal of a longer ASMR stream, but for now, this is our time. Don't forget, tomorrow we have Repo with a lovely, wonderful group. We have Directive on Wednesday, Subnautica on Thursday, and the art contest on Friday. Thank you very much for tuning in today. Take care of yourselves, drink water, and go check out the ASMR channel, because I will be uploading it there. But before I upload it, it's probably going to be stuck on my main channel for a while. Thank you so much. I'm not going to raid into anyone or anything. as I want you to maybe step away from the computer for a bit. I will see you tomorrow at 12. Have a lovely, lovely rest of your day. Good night, and good morning and afternoon to you all. I'll let you sit in the quiet rain for just a bit